I'd love to see you over on Instagram at Christy@thecottage. Hey guys, it's the first day of work after salons being shut down, so I thought I'd take you to work with me. Hey guys, the day is finally here. We are officially in phase 2 in Mount Vernon, Washington. I'm so excited because it's been literally like 3 months off of work. And last night I was kind of anxious. I kind of felt like, you know, when you were younger and it was like summer break and then the night before school, kind of like that anxious, nervous, excited feeling. So I was feeling like that. I kind of feel like that right now. I'm super excited to get back into the salon. Today we're just going to do more of like a vlog style video just because it's like, you know, starting new, getting the hang of how things are going to be working now. And I thought I'd just try and document it as best as I can. So I hope you guys are enjoying your work, being back in the salon. I'm excited for my first day. I hope everything goes well. So let's get going. With our protocol kind of changing out work and having to lock our doors, not having anybody in the waiting area, these are some of the questions that we're supposed to ask our clients. Do you have any flu-like symptoms? Have you had a fever? Have you been around anybody that's sick? So it kind of gives us a good guideline to ask our clients, along with wearing a mask and all that other stuff. Now that my client's here and we all have our masks on, we kind of had to change around our work environment. So if you've noticed, my atmosphere has kind of changed. I'm in a new station. I'm the only full-time stylist at our salon. So it was just easier to move me to another location because the spot where I'm at, the lady normally only works 1 day a week. So we actually swapped spaces because we have to be 6 feet away from each other. So instead of having to like jumble people around all through the week, it's just easier to place me in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner. And if you're not old enough to understand that, then we can't be friends. Dirty dancing. Anyways, so we're kind of trying to figure things out. We have had a few like hiccups. We had one stylist had 2 clients in at the same time. It was a mother and a daughter, and you know, you're not supposed to do that anymore, one client at a time. So we're just trying to figure things out still. So anyways, on to my client. All we're doing right now is really just a basic full foil, and I will say that's kind of the nice thing about today is even though it was a long day, I worked 12 hours, my clients all were relatively pretty easy. We just did some basic foils, a couple full foils, and called it good. Nothing too crazy like a heavy balayage or anything like that quite yet. So today we're just basically going to be doing a vlog video of my foiling clients. So what's your guys' take on being back to work for those of you that are back in salon? What has changed for you guys? I would love for you guys to leave some comments in the section below. So one of the things I feel that is biggest for me is just wishing that maybe I only marked myself for work maybe just 3 days for this full first week back to work, because my legs, my back, my feet, like everything is killing me. I can barely walk up the stairs in my house because my legs are so stiff. So I definitely wish I would have made sure to take care of myself and just not overdone it and worked as hard as I'm used to working, just because it's been a few months. It's kind of like you can't take a year off at the gym and then go back and expect to be in the same shape and all that stuff that you were used to before. So if you're not in salon yet, I highly recommend maybe cutting down your hours or just not maybe booking as full as you were used to. So that for me is probably like the hardest thing right now, is just I'm used to working so long, and so for me that's probably the biggest change. Another thing is I had a client message me and she said that, oh my God, I just talked to a friend that got her hair done in, another town close to us. And she said her service was about $40 more. And then we had like a COVID fee and all that stuff. So she was asking me if I raised my prices. And however, I haven't raised my prices, but I think because clients have gone so much longer now in between without getting their hair done, that they have so much more grow out. So our product fees have gone up because we're using more color. So I think that might be something to explain to your clients if you haven't started yet. Just let them be aware that, like, hey, if you have a little bit more grow out than normal, then product might be a little bit more expensive to use. So, just maybe give them a ballpark range of maybe like 20 extra bucks or something like that. I did make a post on my Facebook hair page and also my Instagram, just kind of general information. I mean, people don't always watch all of your stories or read all of your posts. So, you can only try to explain to people as much as you can. They might not always read it. But I did try reaching out to all my clients that way and just letting them know that, hey, prices might go up because of all the extra color usage that we're going to be having. Oh, yeah. So, how do you guys feel about the whole masks issue? I personally hate wearing my mask. I'm not an avid mask wearer. I actually had only put one on for the first time the first day of work. So, I definitely didn't like it. I felt hot immediately. I felt like, how am I going to get through the day having all this hot steam like blowing back on my face? My sister's a nurse and she was telling me like the masks don't really do anything. It basically prevents somebody that's sick from their germs like going out, but if you're not sick and you breathe in somebody's germs, like it's not gonna prevent that from happening. So, but protocol, so I'm gonna have to wear mine. But I don't know, like some of these cloth ones I don't really understand because I feel like if you're just wearing basically like a handkerchief or something like that or a cloth, like there's no filter. So I don't really understand like the mentality behind that because I kind of feel like, when they have us go wash our clients at the shampoo bowl, we have to cover their face with a towel. And I kind of feel like that's acknowledging the fact that if the masks work, then if you are trying to have us like create more of a barrier so that they're not breathing directly up into our space, then why are you having us wear a mask? I don't know. I could like debate this for a while, but anyways, how do you guys feel about it? If you're in another country, I'd be interested to know other states, if you've already opened, like what guidelines are you guys having to follow? I'm always interested in hearing what other people are going through and what you have to do and what changes you guys are having to make. Like, how do we compare? Are there some places where you haven't had to change anything at all? I couldn't imagine that, but leave a comment below because I would definitely love to hear how things have changed for you guys. Back to my client. So you can see here that we are finishing up. We just went through and did a full foil. I just did honestly some really fine weaves, not too heavy or anything where we're gonna create any lines in the hair. That way we have a nice soft grow out. So all through her hair we just did a full foil of weaves with minimal subsections. One reason why I like doing my foil packets this way, where they kind of stand on top of the head, because it makes it really easy to go through and check the foils and not disturb or have to move around any of the other foils on top. To start, we are just going to use our Loma purple shampoo. I'm using equal parts of these to tone her hair. Here's her final color. It blends really nicely in with her natural hair and some of the warmth that she had, but we just brightened her up a little bit. So on to my next client. So my client that I'm working on right now, we're just gonna do a 2-color partial foil. So we're going to do some brighter blonde pieces and a little bit more of some like medium, maybe like a caramel color, and she likes some kind of piecey, so it's kind of that older style of chunky foils. So we're just gonna do a partial of that and probably just a little trim. So right now we are going to mix for her color. Using my favorite Schwarzkopf Blonde Me with 20 volume, always get the best lift. For all over colors or gray coverage or permanent colors, I'm used to using Matrix, so that's what I'm going to use for her darker color. For her, we're just going to do a partial foil. So I usually just do the mohawk and then pop 2 foils right on the hairline. So that's what we're gonna do starting with her. We go through and do some really bright blonde in her hair, and it actually blends really nicely with her natural color. So when she grows her hair out, there's not that heavy of a line. All you can really see is from the darker color that we add, but even then it's still not that bad. It still blends really nicely. So we're gonna go through and do some brighter blonde pieces on her hairline and then throw a foil of the darker in. And because I'm going to be doing some chunkier foils, but I don't want them too solid of a chunkiness, so I'm going to be doing 2 weaves back to back with a little bit of a subsection, and then do 2 more weaves of blonde back to back, a subsection, and then so on and so forth. Have you guys noticed that the chunky foils are starting to come back around? I've been seeing some posts of people sharing pictures and asking, how do you do this style? I actually was like the queen of this kind of look. I don't know if I should claim that or not, but back in like the early 2000s or so, this was like super popular. So if anybody wants a video on how you go about doing these kind of foils and creating different looks and either being really strappy and super chunky or having more of a blended chunkiness, go ahead and leave a comment and I would be happy to do that for you. Two-tone her because she's already super bright and blonde and her hair gets really white in the foils. I just went through and toned her with purple shampoo. Alright, so here we are finishing her up. You can see that it's blended around the face, so when she pulls back, it's not going to be super stripy, but here we are with her hair laying nice and straight. You can see that she definitely has tons of dimension in there, lots of those heavier lines and everything. I personally like the look. I'm not opposed to it. I think there's a right and a wrong way to do it. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? I'm curious to know. And here we're on to my last client of the day. Okay, so I'm getting ready to start my last client of the day. She's my last color. Today I've done like 3 of them, or she's my 3rd one. So what we're gonna do is, she is a first-time client and her hair is pretty golden and warm. It's like a level 8 probably, but she does have some areas of brightness, and I don't know if she pulls her hair back a lot, but it does look like she has some areas where her mid shaft is a little broken. So we're gonna be doing a full foil, try to brighten her up quite a bit. I'm going to mix 2 different bowls of bleach, one that's gonna be practically like bleach water that will be really weak and protect your hair from damaging. And I'm using 20 volume on her roots. Okay, just a little side note, because her hairline is going to be sitting there for quite a while and it usually tends to be a little bit more fine than the rest of the hair, I am using the weaker bleach in this area. Okay, so I gotta tell you, this is the first time that I've actually started on top of the ear and worked my way diagonally towards the top. So the foil's just sitting kind of at an angle, and it's gonna kind of make it easier when I get to the back to not have to do so many foils or do two sectionings of the back center of the head. So this is the first time that I foiled this way, and actually I really liked it. I felt like it cut my time down by quite a bit as far as the application. So I don't know if you guys have foiled this way before, but I would recommend it. It was just nice, and I felt like I worked through it really quickly. Let me know if you guys like watching the process, because I'm watching this back and I'm just like cringing because I feel like it's just the same thing over and over again. So I don't know if it's boring to you guys. I don't know if I should like cut this down quite a bit, because I feel like this is already going to be a pretty long video. But then I get some people comment saying they just like watching the service. So that's why I am trying to make longer videos, but let me know how you feel about it. Sometimes maybe I'll try to cut them down if not that many people like the longer videos, but if I get enough people saying that they do appreciate them, then maybe I will put a few longer videos here and there. So just let me know what you guys think. Okay, and here is her full foil. I was gonna go through and paint the dropouts, but I figured that I would leave those for a little bit of dimension. So here's all of the foil work that we did, and I really liked foiling this way. So I was having trouble getting the purple shampoo out. It literally shot everywhere. Everywhere. All over the wall, all over the counter, the shelf, the garbage, the floor. I tracked it everywhere. What on earth? Okay, now that I'm done making a huge mess with my purple shampoo, I'm gonna mix for my client. We're gonna tone right now. We got her pretty bright and blonde. I know she's gonna have a lot of like level 8, 9 warm tones in her hair just from the pre-existing color that she came in with. But she does like an overall warmer tone to her hair. But I feel like that's tricky because it can look brassy and I wanna stay away from being brassy. So maybe I'll just do 10V so that it's nice and bright. And then the pre-existing blonde that she has will act as the warmth that she likes. So we're gonna do that and just see how it turns out. So here's her final look. So we ended up just using the 10V, and I'm glad we did because she ended up really loving her hair. And you can see that she still has tons of dimension in it, but she still has a lot of nice bright blonde pieces.
I love it, love it, love it. So nice. I love that. I love that color. I love everything about it. You did such a good job.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so today was my first finished day of being back in the salon, and I kind of wanted to tell you guys how it went. For the most part, everything went pretty good. So right now I'm working, this was probably like a 12-hour day. I would not recommend that after like 3 months of not working. Do not do a 12-hour day if you have the choice because my legs are killing me. Okay, one thing that I have to show you though, I'm pretty frustrated about this. I was no-showed. How am I going to be no-showed on the first day back into the salon? I've already got a no-show. Are you kidding me? So here's what happened. It's like kind of a crazy like scenario. So back in March or April time, when I thought that we were going to be opening in April and then May, some lady had called and left a message that she wanted to book an appointment. So I called her and I booked her the appointment. Just obviously when you book an appointment, you don't always look like in the appointment notes or anything. So I booked her appointment. I've had to reschedule my clients like multiple times throughout this whole thing. So I've actually called her and rescheduled her like 2 other times before this. So today her appointment's like at 1 o'clock and I'm like, am I being no-showed right now? Like, this is the first day back. Like, I should not be no-showed. So I'm like going into her file and I'm like, her name is Stacy. Why is Stacy such a familiar name? And then I'm thinking, I'm like, there's another lady named Stacy that like compulsively like no-shows and cancels her appointments. I am not kidding you. She would book online appointments and then she would like literally like keep canceling or rescheduling or whatever. So about a year ago, wait, no, not yet, jump ahead. Okay. So anyways, I look at this appointment that I'm checking out today, like Stacy. All right. So I'm trying to like check all the Stacys that have come to the salon. and I'm trying to find her last name and it doesn't ring a bell. So then I'm like, I know that Stacy girl is the one that has constantly like rescheduled and no-showed her appointment. So I'm trying to find her name. I don't find it. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Is this Stacy that was supposed to be my client today? Is she the Stacy that like cancels and no-shows constantly? I don't know how I can express to you how disappointed I was in myself that I actually booked her an appointment. Here's what happened. So last summer when she had compulsively, like, she booked an online appointment, and I know that she had already rescheduled and canceled before. So I was like, oh, that's weird. She like canceled and rescheduled her appointment. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to see if, I know she's probably going to cancel, but I just want to see if she's going to show up. I don't know. Maybe she will. So I left the appointment there. Can I tell you, the night before at like midnight, she canceled the appointment, which I wasn't shocked, but I'm just like, are you kidding me? So I went into her file and I like wrote this huge note. The thing is, what she does is she will have one profile that she will create. And then because she cancels so many times, and I'm going to show you guys, because she cancels so many times, we block her ability to book online. Well, you know what she does? She goes and creates a whole nother profile. So she has two profiles that we had to block for online. I was so mad that I called her and I was like, hi, Stacy. This is Christy from the cottage, and I just want to let you know that you are no longer allowed to book online. And when I tell you that I was trying not to be a bitch, like a little bit I was, but I was trying to like come across as not as mean as possible. But I just told her like, you literally have a mile-long list of cancellations and you have not once ever fulfilled any of these appointments. So I told her, you are no longer allowed to book online. You're no longer allowed to call and make an appointment. You can walk in only to see if we have a spot available for you, or you could call in that day to see if we're busy or booked, you know, but you're not allowed to make an appointment. You can only walk in. So my dumbass, when I see, you know, she left a message on the phone or whatever, Stacy, whatever, I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is the same bitch from like a year ago. So I booked her appointment and today I get no-showed. I'm going to show you her cancellation list. It's bananas. By the way, if you're still following along at this point, then thank you, because I know like I can just drag a story along, but okay, just watch. So I'm trying to cover up her. Look at this. Look at this. Literally, we counted. She has over 40 appointments that she has canceled. Look at her service history. She has never once showed up for any of her appointments that she scheduled. And literally, she's like psycho, I swear. So right in here, look at some of these dates. 8/11, needing a weekend appointment. So then she booked the weekend appointment. Oh, I want to come in, no. Okay. August 4th, booked an appointment, canceled on August 4th because she said that she found an earlier appointment, which would be the August 11th. On August 11th, she canceled that, rescheduled because she said she's needing a weekend appointment. So she booked on the 19th. And then she canceled that and booked on the 21st. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who are you? Who reschedules and books 5 appointments in 1 month? And who are we dumbasses allowing her to do that? So no longer, Stacy, this isn't gonna fly no more. You know why? Because I changed her name in the book, in our system, and is no longer just a note in our computer system. Her name literally right now is Stacy Do Not Book Never Shows, with like her last name. I'll show you. I'm just gonna like cover up her last name though. I changed her name. So that way if she ever tries to call, this will pop up and they will know, do not book her appointment. Anyways, I just had a rant because I cannot believe on my first day when a million people are trying to get into the salon, I could have had a few other appointments because I had other people calling in that I could have taken, but no. Stacy had to book an appointment and then no show me. So anyways, thanks for listening. It's been a long day, so I'm still at the salon. It's like 9:30 at night. I'm gonna go clean now, but I hope you guys are all safe and healthy and enjoying your days back at work.